We're here inside the waiting room of John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital here in Indio. Now, hospital staff here says they have seen a huge upswing in the number of emergency room patients this week, but they say the vast majority of those patients probably don't need to be here. Staffers inside the emergency room nurses station rush around preparing patients to be seen by doctors. Dr. Frank Curry runs the emergency room at JFK Hospital. He admits it's been a very busy week.
This time of the year, it's not uncommon for us to see 120 people a day. Yesterday, over 180 people came to the hospital for various reasons.
Of those 180 people into the ER, about 100 of them thought they had swine flu.
We actually only tested 7 of those people, and out of those 7, only about 3 of them really met the criteria for testing.
And he says if you think you may have swine flu, the ER may not be the best place to go immediately.
If you're having the symptoms of a common cold, try to stay away from the emergency room. You might be giving your cold to somebody else.
He recommends before checking into a hospital, ask yourself,
is your fever out of control? Are you having severe respiratory distress and chest pain? Are you having vomiting or diarrhea that's making you dehydrated? Or number 4, do you have some other medical disease that puts you at a higher risk?
If the answer is yes, doctors say that's reason for swine flu concern and you should head straight for the emergency room. They also say stay at the hospital until your symptoms get better. And hospital staff here at JFK Memorial Hospital are certainly keeping on top of cleanliness at all times. They're also giving out these brochures to patients as well as anyone who would like them within the community. It talks about how to take care of yourself if you think you may have swine flu or you're just concerned about it. You can also log on to our website at KMIR6.com for the information contained in this brochure. Right here in Indio, Ciara Coyle, KMIR6 News. In the corner of this private backyard, Animal Control Officer Alex Voigt picks up 2 coyote pups. He goes back and finds another. Little girl. Homeowners here say coyotes are starting to run rampant in their country club, but the officers are not done here. One more pup tries unsuccessfully to get away. The man who lives here says,
I get an eerie feeling when I would mow back in that corner, like something was watching me. That's crazy, I know, but turns out I guess I was right.
Animal Control inspects one of the pups they caught. They say they look harmless enough, they look cute and furry, but they by no means want you to try what they just did yourself. Animal Control officers say they've been on the coyotes' trail for weeks now at the Indian Palms Country Club. 2 weeks ago, coyotes killed a resident's small dog. This coyote expert points out a den under a swimming pool.
A lot of dens that we find are just under bushes, shrubs and so forth, but this is absolutely amazing. It's like a condominium complex.
Animal Control uses these cages to trap and relocate coyotes out of urban areas.
We'll take them way back in the mountains and let them go in a safe place where they won't come in contact with humans.
But the experts say the battle will continue.
We're encroaching on their property, not them on us. They've always been here. We're the newcomers here.
In Indio, Ciara Coyle, KMIR 6 News.
Do you think he was trying to kill himself? And I said, no way. Not with leaving his 4 dogs at home with nobody there.
Lillian Barber and MetroLink engineer Robert Sanchez shared a love of Italian greyhounds. Their dogs brought them together.
I just can't imagine him being gone.
But now federal investigators of Friday's deadly MetroLink crash reveal Sanchez was text messaging just before the crash. Lillian says Robert moved from Crestline near Lake Arrowhead to Menifee after his partner committed suicide. Despite his personal trauma, she says Robert was always smiling.
Rob is one of the most alive people I've ever known.
Lillian says she and Robert would often eat lunch together at this Vietnamese restaurant in Temecula, but after lunch, Robert would head straight for this See's candy store to satisfy what she called his big sweet tooth. Robert was diabetic.
He could have had a diabetic crash.
She says the Robert she knew would not have purposely ignored train signals telling him to stop for the oncoming freight train. Lillian spoke with Robert for the last time several months ago.
I can't go to lunch, and he said, well, all right, and he hung up. Now I'm thinking about him a lot.
And the questions that now haunt her.
Rob, what were you doing? What were you thinking?
In Marietta, Ciara Coyle, KMIR 6 News. Well, Karen, the big question tonight is why? Why this crime tape is here, why this scene is here in the first place, and what caused two people to be shot here at what's supposed to be a very quiet, tranquil, and serene religious retreat. Tonight, many more questions unanswered. Two nuns walked toward this Korean Catholic camp. They came to offer their support to three other nuns who were here at the retreat when a man with a gun shot two people.
It's been a very sad day, okay? Very sad.
Her anguish knowing that one person inflicted so much pain here. Tuesday night, sheriff's deputies received a call from inside the compound. It was a man saying he'd been shot.
In one lodging bungalow cabin type structure, they located an Asian female adult who suffered a fatal gunshot wound to the head.
Before police got here, the suspect, who's a 69-year-old Asian man, had apparently walked from the cottage where he shot the husband and wife to another cottage. He tried to shoot two more people there, but they fought him off. This man was good friends with the couple who was shot.
They are very nice people, very good people. They are very lovely family, and they are very faithful.
But now his friend's wife is gone. His friend is in the hospital.
We don't know if there were any prior disagreements or arguments between the suspect and the victim.
Now police struggle to figure out why the shooter did what he did, while the religious leaders who run this retreat struggle to find the peace they once had. Again tonight, 4 people recovering in the hospital, including the suspect in this case. But for right now, the Catholic community is really trying to rally around those most affected by this shooting. Right here in Temecula, Ciara Coyle, KMIR 6 News.